Turkey just left NATO after Israel's latest attacks on Rafah, marking a seismic shift in international relations and sparking widespread debate among global powers. The abrupt decision comes on the heels of mounting tensions and frustration over NATO's perceived inaction regarding Israel's recent aggressive actions in Rafah, a city located in the southern part of the Gaza Strip. This unexpected exit by Turkey, a key member of the alliance, has sent shockwaves through diplomatic channels and has raised urgent questions about the future stability and cohesion of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Before we start, hit the like and subscribe buttons for more updates. The departure of Turkey from NATO represents a pivotal moment in modern geopolitics. For decades, Turkey has been a crucial ally within the alliance, providing strategic military capabilities and acting as a bridge between the East and the West. However, the escalating conflict in the Middle East, particularly the recent attacks on Rafah, has put immense strain on Turkey's relationship with its NATO allies. The Turkish government has expressed profound disillusionment with what it views as NATO's failure to uphold its principles and take decisive action against Israel's aggressive military actions. This discontent reached a boiling point when the attacks on Rafah resulted in significant civilian casualties and infrastructure damage, further exacerbating humanitarian concerns in the region. The decision to leave NATO was not made lightly. Turkish officials have cited a series of grievances, including the alliance's inability to address what they perceive as Israel's disproportionate use of force and violations of international law. Ankara has long argued for a more balanced and equitable approach to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, emphasizing the need for accountability and justice. However, NATO's reluctance to intervene or condemn Israel's actions in Rafah was seen as the final straw, prompting Turkey to take the drastic step of exiting the alliance. This move underscores the deepening rift between Turkey and its NATO partners, highlighting the complex dynamics at play in the region. The immediate reactions to Turkey's departure from NATO have been mixed and multifaceted. Within Turkey, the decision has been met with a blend of national pride and apprehension. Many Turkish citizens support the government's stance, viewing it as a bold assertion of sovereignty and a commitment to standing up against perceived injustices. There is a palpable sense of frustration with the international community's handling of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and Turkey's exit from NATO is seen as a definitive statement of protest. However, there are also concerns about the potential ramifications of this decision, particularly in terms of security and economic stability. Turkey's strategic importance within NATO cannot be understated, and its departure leaves a significant void that will need to be addressed. On the international stage, the reactions have been equally varied. Some countries have expressed understanding and sympathy for Turkey's position, acknowledging the complexities of the situation and the legitimate grievances raised by Ankara. There is recognition that the conflict in Rafah has had devastating humanitarian consequences, and there is a growing call for a more robust and balanced response from the global community. However, other nations have reacted with alarm and concern, warning of the potential destabilizing effects of Turkey's departure on regional and global security. NATO leaders have convened emergency meetings to discuss the implications of this move and to explore potential pathways for addressing the underlying issues that led to Turkey's exit. The broader geopolitical ramifications of Turkey's departure from NATO are profound and far-reaching. This decision has the potential to reshape alliances and power dynamics in the Middle East and beyond. For Israel, Turkey's exit could signal a shift in the regional balance of power, potentially emboldening its actions in Gaza and other contested areas. The absence of a key NATO member could also create opportunities for other regional players, such as Iran and Russia, to expand their influence and fill the vacuum left by Turkey. This, in turn, could complicate efforts to achieve peace and stability in the region, further entrenching divisions and exacerbating existing conflicts. From a strategic perspective, NATO now faces the daunting task of reassessing its priorities and addressing the internal divisions that have been brought to light by Turkey's departure. The alliance must grapple with the challenge of maintaining unity and cohesion in the face of growing dissent and differing perspectives on key issues. There is an urgent need for a comprehensive review of NATO's policies and strategies, particularly concerning the Middle East and the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. This review must take into account the legitimate concerns raised by Turkey and other member states, ensuring that the alliance remains relevant and effective in addressing contemporary security challenges. The economic implications of Turkey's departure from NATO are also significant. As a major player in the region, Turkey's economic policies and actions have a considerable impact on global markets and trade. The uncertainty surrounding Turkey's future relations with NATO and its Western allies could have ripple effects on international trade, investment, and economic stability. Businesses and investors are likely to closely monitor the situation, with potential shifts in market dynamics as they reassess risks and opportunities in light of the new geopolitical landscape. Additionally, Turkey's departure may prompt a re-evaluation of existing trade agreements and economic partnerships, further complicating an already complex web of international economic relations. In terms of defense and military strategy, Turkey's exit from NATO presents both challenges and opportunities. For NATO, the loss of Turkey means a significant reduction in military capabilities and strategic positioning, particularly in the Eastern Mediterranean and the Middle East. This necessitates a recalibration of defense strategies and the potential reallocation of resources to address the emerging security gaps. For Turkey, the departure opens the door to new defense alliances and partnerships. Ankara may seek to strengthen its military ties with other regional powers, potentially including Russia and China, thereby reshaping the global military balance. The public and political discourse within NATO member countries is also likely to be heavily influenced by Turkey's decision. In the United States and European nations, there may be increased scrutiny of NATO's policies and a more vigorous debate about the alliance's role and effectiveness in contemporary geopolitics. Politicians and policymakers will need to address public concerns about the alliance's ability to respond to crises and uphold international law and human rights. This internal reflection could lead to significant policy shifts and reforms aimed at revitalizing and strengthening NATO's commitment to its founding principles. Turkey's departure from NATO also underscores the broader issue of international accountability and the role of global institutions in addressing conflicts and human rights violations. The situation in Rafah and the broader Israeli-Palestinian conflict highlights the limitations and challenges faced by international bodies in enforcing norms and ensuring justice. There is a growing demand for more effective and responsive mechanisms to address such conflicts, and Turkey's decision may serve as a catalyst for renewed efforts to reform and strengthen international institutions. The humanitarian aspect of the conflict in Rafah remains a critical concern. The attacks have resulted in significant civilian casualties and widespread destruction, exacerbating an already dire humanitarian situation. The international community faces the urgent task of providing humanitarian assistance and support to the affected populations, while also addressing the underlying causes of the conflict. Turkey's departure from NATO may galvanize efforts to seek more equitable and just solutions, emphasizing the need for a balanced approach that prioritizes human rights and the protection of civilians. In the media and public discourse, Turkey's exit from NATO has dominated headlines and sparked widespread debate. Analysts and commentators have offered a range of perspectives on the implications of this decision, highlighting the complexities and nuances of the situation. Some view Turkey's move as a necessary and justified response to NATO's inaction, while others express concern about the potential destabilizing effects on regional and global security. Turkey's decision to leave NATO after the latest attacks on Rafah represents a watershed moment in international relations. It highlights the deep-seated tensions and divisions within the alliance and raises critical questions about the future of global security and cooperation. The immediate and long-term implications of this move will continue to unfold, shaping the geopolitical landscape and influencing the actions of key players on the world stage. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, could you leave your comments below and tell us, do you support Turkey leaving NATO over Israel's attacks on Rafah? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching and see you next time.